name is Soraya Murray, and I'm a faculty member in Film and Digital Media and the Provost of Porter College. It's my honor to welcome you, students, faculty, staff, parents, family members, and friends, to Porter College's 2025 Commencement Ceremony. Welcome. I first want to extend my appreciation to all the members of the staff and student volunteers who have made this ceremony possible. I would also like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the unceded territory of the Awaswa-speaking UP tribe. The Amamatsun tribal band, comprised of the descendants of indigenous people taken to missions Santa Cruz and San Juan Bautista during Spanish colonization of the Central Coast, is today working hard to restore traditional stewardship practices on these lands and heal from historical trauma. It's a beautiful day and great to see all of your faces as we celebrate Porter College's class of 2025. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers and father figures out there. I'd like to also welcome and thank our platform party. We are honored for your presence. Thank you. Porter College's motto, Ars Longa Vita Brevis, acknowledges the fleeting nature of each human life and the time it takes to learn how to do whatever is worth doing. The extended version of Hippocrates' original phrase, his original quote, is even more appropriate now. Life is short, art is long, the crisis fleeting, experience perilous, and decision difficult. This means that however you choose to spend your precious time and what you give your attention to matters in this life. But it also acknowledges the risk and adversity of pursuing one's craft, mastering a technique, or developing a skill. Graduates, you have pursued your degrees in earnest and found your way, taking on that risk and never letting anything stop you. This is why you sit here today. Congratulations. All of us are here today to honor your commitment to education, to self-betterment, and to forging your own path through knowledge. We live in challenging times, with serious things happening in this world we share. We place our faith and hope in you to bring all your heart and creativity to the challenges we face together. Shine your light for the good. And speaking of being a point of light and dedication to creative mastery, we are extremely fortunate today to be joined by Mr. Terrence Blanchard. Mr. Terrence Blanchard is an 8-time Grammy winner and twice Oscar-nominated American jazz trumpeter and composer. Even if you don't know his name, you may recognize his sounds from the many films of Spike Lee that he has scored over the years. One of jazz's most esteemed trumpeters who defies expectations by creating a spectrum of artistic pursuits, Mr. Blanchard is recognized globally as a path-breaking soloist and a prolific composer for film, television, opera, Broadway, orchestras, and for his own ensembles. Born in New Orleans in 1962, Mr. Blanchard is a musical polymath who launched his solo career as a band leader in the 1990s. Since then, he has released 20 solo albums, garnered 15 Grammy nominations, composed for the stage and for more than 60 films, and has received 10 major commissions. He has been named an official 2024 NEA Jazz Master, as well as a member of the 2024 class of awardees for the esteemed American Academy of Arts and Letters, and currently serves as Executive Artistic Director for SF Jazz, the largest nonprofit jazz presenter in the world. I invited Mr. Blanchard here not only because of his many creative achievements, but because he is so deeply knowledgeable of why creative practice matters and why it is worth protecting and cultivating in both good and hard times. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Blanchard.
Yes. Thank you very much. How you guys doing? You excited? I'm excited for you. I want to first to say thank you to the provost, to the dean, and everybody up here on stage for having me. I want to say happy Father's Day to all of the fathers in the room. And I also want to say thank you to the parents for all of your support. I too am a parent of my last child who's about to get that doctorate, so I know what it feels like to write that last check for their tuition. Feels really great. I'm excited to be here for a number of reasons. You know, you just heard a little bit of my accomplishments, but I think the thing that I like to talk about the most is the fact that I'm no different than anyone in this room. You know, I know what it's like to have questions about your future, questions about what's going to go on in your life. But I am the shining example of what's possible. If you would have came to me years ago and told me that I would have written 2 operas that I've went to the Met, I would have thought you were crazy. If you had come to me years ago and told me that I would write music for over 60 films, I would have thought you were crazy. That I'd been nominated for a Grammy Award, a certain number, I forgot what the number is, 15 times. Yeah, I can't remember. You know, I'm just a guy who wanted to be a musician and wanted to play music because I loved it. I had a passion for it. I have such a passion for it that I worked extremely hard to make sure that I wouldn't lose the opportunity to do it. So all of those things come from having a desire to be great. That's what I think all of you guys have the potential for. It's the reason why you're here. You're here to help us as a community move forward by helping us to see the virtues of what this universe has to offer all of us. So, for me, the mandate to you guys, right? It's now time to take everything that you've learned and to put it into action. It's time for you to put all of your efforts out in the world to make this a better place. Putting your words into action, putting your lessons into action, you know, can mean a lot of different things. I remember being in school, in art school, when I was going to music school and when I was in high school. Every day for me was exciting because I was learning something that I could use, you know? I was learning something that could help me further my efforts in creating music that could help people heal. Now, it took me a good long time to come to that point in my life, you know, but here's the thing. What helped me get there was dealing with facts. Facts about how music is created. It's one of the reasons why I love music. Music doesn't allow you to lie. A major chord has a certain sonority to it, makes you feel a certain way. A minor chord has an effect on you, right? No matter what you think, no matter what your notions are, in the real world, facts matter. I'll give you an example. You know, when I was a young kid, I grew up with a cousin in the house. We grew up like brothers in the same house, and he wanted to play the drums. And when he got his first drum set, he started playing a James Brown beat, right? And we thought that that was the hippest thing known to man. Playing that type of thing. My father comes in to the room and he says, man, that's not the way you play drums. Let me show you how to play drums. He sits down on the drums and he starts to play 4/4 on the bass drum, boom, 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 and 2 and 4 on the hi-hat, boom, boom. And we thought that was some of the corniest stuff on the planet. So we giggled and laughed, and my father jumped up and he said, you know, you guys don't want to learn anything about music. And we said, yeah, all right, dude, go ahead, whatever. I was about 10 or 11 at the time. I started studying jazz. I became proficient enough to actually get a job with the great Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers when I was 19 years old. No, thank you. Thank you. Now, Art Blakey was one of the renegades in my mind. This is the guy who was on the cutting edge of the jazz world, somebody who had no fear, who always told it like it was. And I remember we finally got on our first tour of Europe, which was a 10-week tour of Europe for a Southern boy from the South. That in itself was a culture shock. But we were in Strasbourg, France, and I'll never forget it, and we started to play one of his hit tunes that everybody always wanted him to play. Now you gotta remember, this is my hero, Art Blakey. This is the guy that is the hippest musician that I know. And when we started playing this tune called Moaning, guess what I heard? 4/4 on the bass drum, 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. I called my father up and apologized. Facts. It was amazing how that moment made me go back and really go over everything else that I may have missed in my life because my arrogance didn't allow me to see what was really right in front of my face. Facts, not hearsay. The other thing about your experiences here, you have to also take with you not only the things you learned in classrooms, but the things you've learned in the relationships that you're developing with the people you've gone to school with. You know, trust me, those relationships can be a valuable resource. 2 of my best friends are some of the greatest musicians on the planet, Wynton Marsalis and Branford Marsalis. And one of the things, you know, now that we're in our early 20s, that wasn't funny. One of the things about our relationship throughout our tenure is that we don't lie to each other. We tell each other the truth. We have very hard conversations about family, about music, about our careers, about the world. We may not agree all the time, but we have vigorous debates about these issues. And those conversations have helped us grow as not only artists, but just as human beings, right? One of my best friends, you know, is a guy that you will never know. His name is Wade Doucette. We have been so close throughout our time, from the time that we went to school, that when anything happens in my life, he's the first call that I make. So these relationships that you develop here are going to be very meaningful. Hold on to those, because this is a rough journey that you're going to be on. You're going to need support, not only the support from your family, but the support from your friends and colleagues. And here's the thing too, maintain those relationships with the people that have taught you. When Spike Lee first called me to write some music for one of his films, it happened by mistake, by the way. Let me just tell you this story. You know, because I was not, when you started talking about writing music for films, I thought it was a needle drop. You just got a record and put on some music and let it play under the scene. I had no clue. I started working with him because his father hired us to play the music that he was writing for some of the earlier movies. We were doing a film called Mo Better Blues, and we had to record the music for all of those guys to act to, prior to them shooting the scene. So in taking a break, a lunch break, I was working on some music for my first album. It's a self-titled album, Terrence Blanchard on Columbia Records. So I got a red suit on it. If you want to pick it up anytime, please do. I took a break and I started playing this tune that I had written for the kids that were massacred in South Africa. It was called Sing Soweto. And Spike walked by and he goes, "Hey man, what is that?" I said, "Oh, it's something that I'm working on." He says, "Can I use it in the film?" And I said, "Sure." So we recorded it just as a solo trumpet piece at the time. No piano, no harmony, nothing underneath, just the trumpet. Once he shot the scene, he got it back to the editing room. And once he got it to the editing room, he tried to fill up the sound with train sounds. I don't know if you saw the movie, but if you saw the movie, it's the scene where Denzel's on the bridge playing, right? So Spike said he thought that it needed a little more. So he called me up and he said, "Hey man, do you think that you can write an orchestral arrangement to accompany you in this scene?" And this is a critical moment that you may come upon in your career moving forward. I looked through the phone and I lied and I said yes. Immediately, I called my composition teacher. His name is Roger Dickinson. He's probably one of the greatest composers that nobody knows. He studied in Austria, came back and made it his mission to teach. And I am part of that lineage of African-American composers from Howard Swanson, Roger Dickinson, another guy named Hale Smith is another composer that I study with. These are all amazing composers who deserve recognition. I asked Roger, I told Roger, I said, "Man, I have this project to do. What do I do?" Scared to death, but I recognized what the opportunity was. And you know what Roger told me? Trust your training. That's not what I wanted to hear. I needed him to tell me what to do. But here's the thing, and here's the most important part about this moving forward. He recognized that I had the skill set. I didn't. He recognized that I had the burning desire to be good. He recognized that I had the talent to do it, right? And at first I was a little upset with him not giving me more information to help me down this path. But I realized he prepared me for this more than I could ever realize. I'll show you. I'll give you an example. When I was 15 years old, he taught me composition by using this thing called "If I Could Tell You, I Would," right? He was brilliant in how he could convey ideas. He would make me write paragraphs only using those words. And I would come up with different sentences, and I felt like it was very limiting until he started saying things like could tell would, if could tell. All of a sudden, he changed the meanings of the words. It unlocked a whole new plethora of possibilities. So when it came time to write this music, I went back to my training. I trusted my training. I trusted how I felt about the scene. I trusted my gut, and I wrote the music, and I brought it in for them to record. Spike's dad said, "You wrote it, you conduct it." So now I got to stand in front of a 70-piece orchestra for the first time, waving my hands, not knowing what the hell I was doing. But I remember that 1 was here, 2 was here, 3 was here, 4 was here. And this hand just kind of mimicked this hand. So I made it look official, even though I was winging it. It turned out it worked because of the training that had been given to me. For example, Roger said, whatever you do on the piano will work for orchestra if you translate it. So that's what I did. When I did the arrangement, I did it on the piano, and guess what? It worked with the orchestra. And guess what happened? Spike walks over to me and he says, "Hey man, you have a future in this business." And I thought he was drunk. But he called me to do Jungle Fever, which was my first film, right? The other thing that's amazing about this whole process, you've probably established relationships with some people up on this stage and maybe people on the faculty that are not here. You need to maintain those. The mentorship is important. I was lucky enough to meet some great musicians who really helped me to develop as a young artist. Again, going back to facts, not hearsay. Clark Terry was one of them, great trumpet player. Every time I was around Clark Terry, it was a music lesson. We would be at jazz festivals. I remember playing in Paris with him with an all-star big band, and he led the trumpet section, and he was 71 years old at the time. Another person that really helped me out a great deal, man, was Dizzy Gillespie. You know, Dizzy was the type of person, whenever you were around him, you would get a music lesson. And I would get life lessons from all of those guys. I remember talking to Dizzy about finding my musical identity. And like Roger, he said, "What do you mean? Nobody made you get dressed today. You picked out your own clothing. You have your own style. Your identity is already embedded in your system. You have to unlock it. That's the journey that you're going to be on now since you've come to this point." One of the things that I always tell my students when I was teaching is that you have to come over the struggle between who you want to be versus who you are. Sometimes those things are two different things. I wanted to be Miles Davis. I wanted to be the trumpet player that was going to be the cutting edge guy. As a matter of fact, when I got a cold and I got hoarse, I loved it because I thought I sounded like Miles. And then I met Miles Davis. And as soon as I met him, I realized that's never going to be me. And it was a scary moment because I kept saying to myself, well, who am I? But you know what? I went back to my training. I went back to my gut. I went back to the things that I feel passionate about. And over the course of time, people started coming up to me and saying things like, "Man, I heard you play. I heard this thing and I knew it was you." I wasn't trying to impress. I was trying to be the best. There's a difference. I wasn't trying to prove that I could play. I was trying to create music that would help people heal. When I realized what music did for me, I wanted to make sure that I could do that as a service to other people. When we had the rampant amount of mass shootings a few years ago, I put together an electric band that's mostly a groove-based band called the E Collective. And initially, I put that band together to inspire young people who were going to play electronic music to do it on a high level. But we started having all of these mass shootings. So then the music immediately turned to about I Can't Breathe and Black Lives Matter. We made our first record, and it was called Breathless, and then we couldn't leave the topic alone because we just felt like the country wasn't coming to terms with it. So the second album, we actually did a live recording, and we went to 3 different cities that had mass shootings, and we had some civic engagement in all of the cities, trying to create a debate about this topic that we were passionate about. When we got to Cleveland, I had gotten accustomed to most of my fans that have hair like mine saying, "Man, I miss your jazz band." So this guy walks up to me and he says, I thought he was going to say that. He says, "Man, I was expecting to hear your music from Katrina, the documentary." He says, "Because I love that music and it's so beautiful." He said, "But then you started playing this other music and it sounded so angry." He said, "But then you told us what the music was about." And the next statement blew me away. He said, "When I realized that the guy who created this album that I love was this angry and upset about this topic, it made me rethink my position on gun control." That was so unexpected for me. But it was a godsend because it made me realize the importance of what it is that you can offer the world. I'll give you one more example. Masterclass. I forgot who the musician was, but it was a powerful statement. Everybody in the masterclass kept asking them questions about when are they going to do more for jazz? When are they going to promote jazz the way it should be promoted? When are they going to honor these guys the way they should be honored? And he said, "Listen, man, we got to stop saying they." He said, because if God put the question in your brain, you may be the person to solve the issue. Stop pushing it away. Become active. Get to work. I'm here speaking to you, and to me, that is the most amazing thing about my career. I never thought that I would be in this position. I thought that I would be playing jazz clubs because I loved how to play music. But one thing led to the next. And if you keep your head up, you work hard, you never know what's going to happen. And I know you hear that all the time. I get it. Trust me. I used to hear it too when I was your age, right? Everything is possible in life. I'm an example of it. The first time Jim Robinson, who's the director of my operas, came to me in New York and said, "Man, we want you to write an opera," I leaned across the table to smell his breath. I said, "Because you must have been drinking to call me to write an opera." Again, I called Roger. "What do I do?" I should have known better. He said, "Don't write an opera, tell a story." And that's what I did. You know the attitude that I had? I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to put my heart in it. If it fails, I'm going to just go back and say, hey, man, I'm a jazz musician anyway. But I put my heart and soul in it. I believed in the story that we were telling. And we started off in a small opera company in St. Louis in a theater that seated 900 people. Next thing you know, it got picked up at the Kennedy Center. Next thing I know, it's in Montreal. Next thing I know, it's in San Francisco. Now, they want me to write another opera. I'll write my second opera, which is about Charles Blow's life. It's called Fire Shut Up in My Bones, at that small little theater company in St. Louis. Thank you. I put my heart and soul into that story to help Charles tell his story. All of a sudden, we get a call from Peter Gelb at the Metropolitan Opera of New York. We want to do your opera here in a 4,000-seat hall. I was blown away by the whole notion of this entire process. And once we started the process, it became very apparent that I was working with the greatest organization on the planet. These singers, y'all don't know what it feels like to walk into a room with 50 people who could really sing, and they ask you, how does it go? I didn't sing for anybody. You have to understand that that was a powerful moment for me, just in itself. Then, to find out that I was the first African American to have a production at the Met blew me away. Now, but here's the thing, and I'm gonna put this on your mind too, because everybody gives me applause for being the first. But the thing that I say all the time, there's an asterisk by that, because I wasn't the first qualified. There were people who came before me, and they gave me a ledger. They showed me a ledger where William Grant Still's name was in there 3 times in the 30s. Now, what's crazy about that is that just before that, I was in St. Louis, and I heard this small little opera that I thought was revolutionary. And I said, man, who wrote that? I'd never heard that opera before. William Grant Still, 1939. So I'm saying this to tell you right now, you guys are going to open the doors for other women to do things. You guys are going to open the doors for other minorities to get opportunities to do things. So make sure that whatever you do it to the fullest. Because you never know where it's going to lead you. If I would have taken for granted that opportunity that Spike had given me, I wouldn't be here. If I had taken for granted the opportunity that Art Blakey gave me, I wouldn't be here. Could I see that back then? No, I couldn't. I was just trying to be the best I could be and be the person that could uplift the people that I was surrounded by. So what do we need? We need you guys. We need you. We need you to be the decision makers for tomorrow and the next generation. We need you guys to be the people who deal in truth and facts and not hearsay. We also need you to be open to continually learning. To me, this next one is the biggest one. We also need y'all to teach the world how to celebrate our differences. If you see my band right now, I've been touring with my E-Collective Band and the Turtle Island String Quartet. If you saw us walking on the street, you would never put us in the same band. It looks like a smorgasbord of humanity. The string quartet is filled with an Italian, a German, an Indian, and a Muslim. And in my band, I have a guitarist. Yeah, he's just special. I don't know how to. We don't really know where he's from. Anyway, yeah, it's just different personalities in my band. But here's the most important thing. Throughout it all, if there's one thing that I can leave you, man, live your life with compassion and love. You know how many film composers there are who people don't work with because they're mean and arrogant? You know how many people work with me just because I respect them and I see them? One of my last films that I did in LA, I was blown away because in my own little world, when I first started working in LA, I told the contractors, I said, listen, I don't mean any disrespect, but I cannot walk out there and stand in front of an all-white orchestra. They made, thank you. They made the effort to go out and hire people, and they started creating these relationships with new people to the point where some people who would do my film scores were driving from Chicago, Detroit, and New York, driving to LA to be a part of the session, right? I didn't think that I had the power to do that. But I followed my heart, followed my gut, and I led with love. The thing that I always say at the end of my show, and let me first end by saying congratulations to you guys, because I know what it's like. I know the journey you've been through. I really respect the fact that you've gone through it with grace and now you're at this point. But if there's anything I can say to you, remember, love wins out every time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Now it is my pleasure to announce the recipients of the College Service Awards. Please hold your applause until I have read the last name. Recipients, please stand when I read your name and remain standing until you hear the applause. The recipients of the College Service Award have all made noteworthy and indispensable contributions to Porter College and to the success and well-being of their fellow students as slug orientation leaders, resident assistants, and senators in the college government. In addition to playing these familiar parts in the play of college life, the extraordinary people whom we honor today also gave their time, intelligence, and passion to countless other tasks behind the scenes. Without the work these graduates freely and enthusiastically performed, the experience of college life would be infinitely poorer. I and everyone who lives and works at Porter College stands in their debt. The recipients are, and please stand, Angela Ambris, Augustina Apodeca, Pete Barajas, Madison Berry, McKenna Berry, Alex Beteta, Alyssa Cabral, Adrian Contreras, Mia Fuentes, Catherine Hernandez, Michaela House, Justin Jang, Leah Jones, Ken Ann Kennedy, Noah Lahan, Elena Leghart, Trinity McDevitt, Gabriel Mijares, Bonifacio Miranda, Zoe Payne, Jude Pisner, Emily Ramirez, Serena Marinas, Claire Reyes, Alex Rodriguez, Alex Rojas, Finlay Watt, Elena Singh, Anna Toledo, Shahid Vasquez, Elenis Vilches, Adrian Warren, and Greg Ziegler. Please give us a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated.
Zoe Marie Cameron Payne.
The following students have received Dean's and Chancellor's undergraduate awards in the Division of the Arts, Humanities, Social Sciences, and Physical and Biological Sciences. Please, again, hold your applause until all names have been read, and please do stand if your name is called. In the Division of the Arts, Titus Goodman, Dean's Award, Celeste Lagrange, Dean's Award, Prima Reyes, Dean's Award. In the Division of the Humanities, Molly Mayer, Dean's and Chancellor's Award. Ella Villar, Dean's and Chancellor's Award. In the Physical and Biological Sciences, Anise Cecil, Dean's Award. Joseph Garcia, Dean's Award. Grace Stokes, Dean's Award. And finally, in the Division of Social Sciences, Matthew Dahlman, Dean's Award. Congratulations, everyone. You may be seated. And now for the part you've all been waiting for, we'll begin. So that all guests may have a clear view of the ceremony, please do not stand or block the aisles. A photography service will take photographs of each graduate. And so now I would like to present the Porter College Class of 2025.
Greg Ziegler. Adrian Warren. Anna Toledo.
Noah Lahan.
Emily June Ramirez.
Leah Jones.
Zoe Marie Cameron Payne. Julia Josephine Thomas. Nicole L. Ornelas.
Ethan Matthew Lepe. Tiernan Inich Bonifaci. Taylor Neo Heffington.
J. Patrick Shepard,
Saoirse Holney, Elijah Gray Daly,
Claire Therese Reyes,
Joaquim Allen Drew Lozano,
Cameron William Nelson,
Matthew William Blakeborough,
Thea Grace McCord, Amelia May York,
Savannah Sayi Anderson,
Gabrielle Trigo, Valentina Veronique Velasquez, Alon Ramiro Reese Ramirez, Ivan Valentino Augustus Newton, Miles Cole Defer Pearson,
Marty Elizabeth Logan,
Priska Felicitas Niedermeyer, Leela Louisa Weber,
Delaney Renee Keel,
Alondra Samantha Hernandez Polanco, Taya Morgan Ziegelman,
Josh Daniel Lavano,
Bea Esmeralda Rosales Castillo, Xiaoying Wen, Tenshi Elenis Vilches, Mariah Regalado, McKenna Ann Rogers,
Matthias Thomas Edwards,
Nicholas Matthew Shannon, Ridley Jackson Schrewers,
Jose Hernandez,
Sage Sparrow Wisner,
Ash Rose Abel, Colin Allen Atlas,
Daniel Andre Yankin,
Zoe Genolio, Noah Long, Mira Land Knowles, Lilia Rose Bernstein,
Malia Marion Reed, Molly Penelope Maher,
Anna Hong, Yukina Grady,
Marco Antonio Nunez,
Natalie Ann Branco,
Vanessa Pham,
Angela K. Yan Chan, Kyle Chen, Thomas Ernesto Castillo Science, Mason Nicole Charles,
Catherine Morris Rowe, Yasmin Torres Roque, Athena Williams, Dylan Gregory Manvelian,
Randy Lopez,
Wilson Samuel Santos Estrada, Edward Hong Tong Pham,
Kevin Cortez Rossetti, Artemio Rio Aguilar Ruiz,
Amani Mai Woods,
Sophia Javahari,
Erwin Yamilet Pineda Sanchez,
Sophia Elizabeth Egley, Lily Froelich, Driti Avala,
Victor Ranolfo Molina,
Luca Orlando Cupoletti,
Elena Pratap Singh, Justin Wong, Naomi Melgoza,
Tieran Joy Harvey,
Alexander Joseph Rathjen,
Elena Leghart, Ethan Brisnow,
Ali Jacelyn Shearer,
Elizabeth Jean Lamb,
Alexis Ravenscroft, Mira Streltsina,
Eric Estrada,
Sara Ramirez,
Suzanne Comparan, Tyler Stephen Barton, Haley Leanne Garber, Ava Rebecca Gabriel,
Jenna Summer Shapiro,
Catherine Gabriela Hernandez,
Gavin Edward Stark,
William Parrish Dodson, Nolan Alexander Hunt,
J.
Marina Elena Legrue,
Aiden Olivier.
Dominic Gabriel Constance.
Ikenna Jason O'Harry.
Gabriel James Fuerte Jauregui. Auden Ross Chen.
Finley Sherris Watt. Matthew Thomas Sherrier.
Karen Asakawa.
Danielle Andrea Slaughter.
Sophie Kochevar. Jason Eric Cabande.
Nicole Maldonado.
Ariana Fabian. Nicole Lauren Diner.
Serena Lynn Ramirez. Stephanie Mancia Palomo.
Anna Ilieva.
Michael Skyme. Andrew Stephen O'Hara. Gabriel Mijares.
Eric Funches. Devin Bustillos.
Andrew Torres Ring.
Pete Barajas.
Shasid Vasquez.
Mia Fuentes.
Isabella Maria Fayin Trask. Julia Tran. Jasmine Pearl Gutierrez Noguera.
Dax Andre Bizzle Jr.
David Kenji Monahan.
Ethan Anderson Fuller. Tatiana Hernandez.
Lauren Anna Sandoval.
Neo Lozano. Albert Chung. Lou Havstad. Bailey Nathan Del Real.
Caitlin Morgan. Nick Van Dale. Isaac Sandstrom Small.
Luke Michael Catalano. Caitlin Marie Collings.
Samantha Lynn Mansky. Leah Murray.
Julian Carr Lewis. Alexandra Hatalski. Tae Yun Jung. Shawnse Elliott Gaskin. Noe Loya Barragan. Haley Jane Kearsley. Kayla Allen.
Sam Taylor Robinson.
Jayla Nicole Bonner. Saoirse Duncan.
Elias Luke Yaswi. Ari Sinervo.
Samarth Agarwal.
Samuel Harmon Meyer. Lucas Zen Sanderson. Damian Anthony Robles.
Jessica Nicole Brass. Jeremy Orion Ending. Lucy Taylor Irwin. Naz Dickerson. Miles Jasper Asher. Mali Dai.
Ella Elizabeth Storsetter.
Chloe Patricia Kaling.
Ella Josephine Villar. Christine Joy Worthington.
Augustina Eve Apodaca.
Brooke Golias.
Isabella Antoinette Sayeg. Jonah Walker Tights. Isabella Marie Percy.
Elise Y. Huang. Rosie Elise Kleinfeld. Olivia Castillo. Helene Marie Kleinfeld. Jade C.Y. Beltran.
Ethan Harry Yoshino. Warren Nod Ryutavi.
Katiana Danielle Zeef.
Wyatt John Cooper Mead. Christian Scott Wiley. Graham John O'Brien Stage. Jonathan O'Hara. Mai Tsuyuzaki.
Wes Vincent Bragais.
Andres Ricardes.
Brian Delanella.
Gray Stokes.
Moira Clark. Abigail Faith Hawthorne. Dana Jeffs. Sarah Elizabeth Hester.
Alyssa Vang. Shaylin Elise Panes Polines.
Dani Arwen Dayao.
Kyle Joaquin Vergara. David Enoch Ordonez. Raul Armani Vazquez. Alan Huajun Wen. Andrew Montgomery McIntosh.
Tristan Garcia.
Eros Yuan.
Taryn Marie Beers. Nathan Dulam.
Annabelle Mandala. Emabella Rose Steinbacher. Sabrina Lauren Tabiu. Dylan May Seidel. Alex E. Vargas.
Alexandria Beatner.
Sam C. C. Katrina Yali Vannersdale.
Stephanie Ann Yenkahani.
Natalie Elise North. James Henry Milestone.
Kristen Elizabeth Kennedy. Ilyana Lisette Kinney. Annette Asrian.
Jacob Paul Anthony Richardson. Romy Medadi Ocadiz Cruz. Kira Mong Wei.
Madison Berry. McKenna Berry. Victoria DeVito. Gabrielle Hardman. Angelina Losack. Jack Burns.
Courtney Brooke Rungatus. Emmeline Rebecca Ross.
Liliana Barajas Diaz.
Litsi Mosqueda Franuti. Enrique Paz Gonzalez.
Max Kirkhope.
Michael Lee Wines.
Elise Marie Hansen.
Bryn Walther. Clementine Lila Magnolia Ray.
Lillian Jade Holloway.
Lily Barbara Reed. Kristen Regalado.
Sylvia Natalia Iniguez.
Amalia Nayeli Sanchez.
Akira Hamada.
Justin Satoshi Mizukura.
Tabitha Faye Lamberg.
Ben Summer.
Mesa Hurley Deal.
Isham Mendez. Justin Muo.
Savannah He.
Noah Davis Meister. Gabriela Martinez.
Maya Talia Becker.
Anjali Mireya Serna de Leon.
Nathan Daniel Casey. William Gregory Lands. Sloan Harris.
Ailish Breed Smith. Prema Reyes. Josh Hyunmin Sean.
Declan Elliott Gracious. Nico Lorenzo Lown Heights. Joaquin Kai Jorgensen.
Jackson Harper Pruitt. Damon Hua Tin Fan.
Nadalyn Aceves.
Shai Voska Boynik.
Aidan Don Laudenberg.
Emmanuel Basinio Manalac. Stephanie Mayo Burgos. Rami Dafala Saad, Nathan Rip,
Liliane Josephine Bazel,
Loon Ta, Kyler Chen Salameda, Cynthia Natalia Ramirez, Alex Wilson,
Areli Edith Lopez, Katya Haskin,
Whitaker Ray Miller,
Matthew Harold Dahlman, Isabel Fahaz, Olivia Starr Brogdon, Katarina Biegovich,
Jason Torres, Jimmy Ann Nguyen, Raquel Lais Mardones, Christina O,
Connor Christopher Glynn, Jonathan Dale Guite, Jimena Girasol Castañeda,
Simon Hong Zhao,
Jiacheng Liu,
Annika Marie Vodica Paredes,
Lulu Olivia Cuesta, June Bandera, Lulu Olivia Cuesta, June Banderak,
Danny Schloss,
Ruby Grace Allred, Layla Viola, Henry Rain Hurd, Megan Bustamante, Gracie Blaine, Natalie Tokiwa Desana,
AJ Wright,
Sophie Cooper, Jason Davis Hutchins, Chloe Lorraine,
Evelyn Ware, Ian Salter Davison,
Hannah Elizabeth Georgie Cathcart,
Santiago Meza,
Jaden Josephine Anderson,
Yvonne M. Sanchez,
Paris Renee Clear,
Ichiro Jeffrey Sugimoto, Alexander Sherbrooke,
Ainsley E. Coley,
Rita Jonay Woodruff, Kyla Grace Ryman, Violet Renee McNally, Xander Patno,
Hayes Brody George, Anise Cecil, Emily Huang, Rhea Chokalingam,
Sarah Wild, Milo Schechter,
Melody Elizabeth Caudill,
Miguel R. Pastrach, Doyle Earl Slape,
Miles Allen Bernath,
Sean J. Jin McLean, Jackson J. June McLean, Jake Morgalai, Isabel Margaret Petty, Delia Wondolowski, Susanna Grace Oliver,
Haley Grace Kafer,
Dre Alexander Schmelzer,
Lucas Edelberg, Marcus Dietrich de Horn, Carly Ray Iverson,
Clara Jane Scott, Ava Lynn Rouge, Chloe Slack, Marielle Steiner, Nico Lucienne Reicher, Beatrice Rose White, Stone Daniel Williams, Nicholas Perez,
Angus Watson Seiichi Bailey,
Sarah Elizabeth Randisi,
Julietta Judy Dimitri, Ian Howard Harker,
Anna Ray McGibbon, Eric Alexander Romero. Mia Kiana Rodriguez. Rebecca Ireland Westgate. Christopher Michael Valladares. Juan Luis Rodriguez.
Alicia Candia. Mark Anthony Saul Hernandez. Jackson T. Collins.
Jose Hugo Zuniga. Garrett Stephen Waterbury.
Micaela Anhaus Bertanetti. Dylan Robert Ford.
Aaron Yuchen Ye.
Yali Goldstein. Carter Grubo. Caleb Gaspar Pineda.
David Thomas Shonak.
Andrew Franco.
Samantha Ann Morrison.
Yaritza Estrada. Brianna Yesenia Gonzalez. Joseph Garcia.
Sophia Isabel Quant.
Nikki Lee.
Calvin Owen. Ellie McKay.
Genesis Leonore Gomez.
Jude Heisner. Trinity McDevitt. Naya Lane Stewart.
Pilar Sebastiana Ballesteros.
Jude Van Dusen. Aaron Weston. Sean Huey Yaboot.
Caden Grace Jacobs. Madeline Serena Ovenden Ashburn.
Paulina Esperanza Patiño. Bianca Isabel Canapi Menor. Andrea Rubio. Aliana Marie Pilapil.
Dash Django Jones.
Jesse Watkins.
Audrey Drew Davis.
Abi Mittelstedt. Vanessa Moe.
Ava Reese Gerber.
Melina Graciela Ramos.
Rinat Mitrenko. Elise Rose Garcia. Sofia Danielle D'Ambrosio.
Amira M. Okitukunda.
Celeste Leah Lagrange.
David Andres Valenzuela Peterson.
Arabella Gloria Dunca Jones. Sydney Nicole Ignacio. Casey Day.
Michelle Vo.
Adrian Contreras.
Jules Elizabeth White.
Angela Ambrise. Gabriella Baldwin. Nate Binkley. Sailor Bean Cook.
Morgan Yacullo.
Lily Krause. Phoebe Cynthia Blackman. Ridley Sky Heltai.
Isabel Briani Newson.
Rhea Francis Langan.
Mia Liberty Pabros. Allison Gabrielle Nesbitt.
Titus Noan Goodman. Emily Nicole Feller. Riley Brady. Elijah Miles Church. Leah Kit Daatoff. Ella Guagenti. Ella Sharon Fisher.
Anita Ying Simon. Miguel Suarez Hevia.
Peter MacArthur Jensen.
Bonifacio William Daniel Miranda.
Hasina Mezgan Esteclau. Samina Marjan Esteclau.
Kelly Yukiko Schoenstein. Paulo Sexton.
Carla Attilano.
Jessica Min.
Chris Ann Hazelton. Jalissa Jones. James Allen Curtis.
At this time, while we're waiting for the last graduates to be seated, I would like to ask Dean Celine Pereñas Shimizu to come up, Distinguished Professor of Film and Digital Media and Dean of the Arts, to say a few words. Dean Celine will become the next Dean of UCLA's School of Theater, Film, and Television this summer. Among her many contributions, she secured major funding for advancing faculty and curricular diversity. She launched Creative Technologies, the UC system's first online graduate major program. She initiated the Lakas Shimizu Memorial Fellowship in honor of her son. And she stewarded the completion of several new state-of-the-art facilities for the Arts Division. Dean Celine will always be a banana slug, but she will soon also become our friend in the City of Angels. Let's warmly thank her for all her service to the arts.
Happiest congratulations to our newest banana slugs going out into the wild. This is a very, very big day for you and your siblings. Are the siblings out there? All the aunties and the uncles. Your grandparents are out here. And your friends. Are we forgetting anyone else? Your parents. And so many more in your community. May you achieve the greatest goals that you set for yourself here. I actually wrote this speech a week ago, just 2 days after my dad died. And so forgive me because the speech that I wrote a week ago is really haunted by his death. So congratulations to the Porter College class of 2025. You're so special to me because you're the arts college along with Kresge. 35% of you are arts majors. The rest of you, however, value the arts as essential to your lives. At my own graduation from the University of California at age 22 in 1992, I had $2.50 in the bank and a whole lot of worry. I was actually on my way to UCLA Film School for my MFA in the fall, even though I was only one of 18 students admitted from over 1,000 applicants, which was a great honor. I was really mainly going because I was afraid of my student debt, which at the time was $25,000. And I had this because my parents did not support me as I made my way through school, working 3 jobs. However, I left school with a lot of power. It's gonna be a tough thing to describe, but you have it too. So join me in thanking your family and your friends who are here, because not everybody has supportive parents. Some of you may be like me, whose dad did not want me to go to the UC. Some of you may have emancipated yourself from your parents so that you would be able to pay for school. Some of you may have gotten here non-traditionally by getting a GED. And some of you may have taken many, many years to get here. So thank yourself, thank your born family, thank your chosen family for what you hold from here today, an empowered and educated self who will uplift your communities. This is a really heartbreaking time for me because I'm leaving the most beautiful place on earth to learn. The redwood forests on the bluffs of the Pacific. As I gather myself, the thing that I'm most inventorying and taking stock of is you and what I witnessed you doing here. Our students bring different strengths beyond the 5-paragraph essay. Perhaps you know how to analyze and communicate through dance, how to act, how to write poetry. My job as dean is to make sure our structures are inclusive to allow for the infinite ways of learning, creating, and contributing to the world. As dean, I meet a lot of people out there, and I met someone recently who said, as dean of the arts, I hope you are teaching your students that they one day can become Lionel Richie. And I said, well, not everyone wants to be Lionel Richie. He represents one powerful way of being an artist through anthems like We Are the World. Yet it's important to keep the countless other ways of creating songs, creating stories, creating art. At UC Santa Cruz, our role is to help each student discover and develop their distinctive voice, their distinctive scholarly approach through their genuine self-authorship. And I'm a hip-hop lady, so I actually like to say genuine. That's really born from our commitment at UC Santa Cruz to do production, theory, history, criticism all together. And that is what I most value about leading the arts for Banana Slugs, that everyone can become the best artist and the best scholar in the ways that you define it. I am so grateful for the opportunity to speak with you today, my last day on campus, through the invitation of Soraya Murray, the new provost of Porter College, and really a legendary lecturer as a professor in the Film and Digital Media Department. I really behold her leadership. She is a most popular teacher, a dazzling lecturer of our largest classes. If you haven't gotten a chance, you can come see her on a parent weekend, alumni weekend. We call on her to show what happens in the UC Santa Cruz classroom. Her leadership has increased the funding for Porter students to conduct amazing, self-driven, confidence-boosting projects. As the students always like to tell me, arts need money. And Soraya understands that art leads to a life of abundance and not poverty, whether you do it in the way that Lionel Richie does or not. So happiest congratulations to our 2025 graduates. After this, I'm gonna be lying down on the beach. I hope you do the same. And then right after that, I'm actually flying to Manila to my father's funeral. And I'm making a film out of it. To make peace, to appreciate what he has given me, and also to appreciate what he was not able to give me. So I'll see you all down the road, and I hope that we all do great things together. Slugs for life. Go Slugs.
And now the degrees will be conferred by Chancellor Cynthia Larive.
Students, rise if you are able. Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the Regents and the President of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Science, or Music with all the rights and privilege it entails. You may now move your tassels from right to left, signifying the conferral of your degree. Good luck.
This draws to conclusion our ceremony of the Porter Class of 2025. Congratulations, everyone, and please remain seated during the recessional platform party before the graduates leave. Thank you so much.